Good afternoon. Hey, I was sitting here contemplating about this stuff. There's really a lot of reports from the past. Not all of it is really appropriate to be putting onto a video in a public forum, though. And I think about how much of this there already is, and whether I should bother about some of this stuff again. And a lot of serious kind of subject matters. If anybody has been visiting my channel, that you realize. And a man just a minute ago, I guess he's one of the guys that likes to sound like he's like some kind of a drill instructor of the Marines, gets projected from north of here, sound shouting, saying, "Paint's a gun," you know. And I don't know what and then they just say it again. And it just reminds me that instead of anything of any literacy, they just say there are some that are corrupt that just interrupt. That like that they see a report maybe that really is worried on behalf of millions of people, and then they just say some kind of a stupid slogan again. And a few minutes later, the same guy, I'm still right here, and and another of them says something, including I think he said he considers him not living on, still living on in this world. I think he said about living on in this world we aren't, and we're suppressing against yours all. So it's really irritating. Last night there was a lot of threat. I think some of it was a reaction against me making a report in which I say that I believe in the saving of the world rather than any malign predictions of the end of the world. So there was some last night, including one guy, from the old Third Reich threat, the Hitler regime threat from the 40s, saying that he's still with an attitude of that they thought that they were supposed to bring about the end of the world. Well, you understand where that kind of threat comes from, and so what we need is the prevention instead. And so they were threatening about it, and like I say, they're from an operation, and so that they argue, and I don't know why nothing is done about them, but certainly I can't do anything about them. But I think that with the campaign, there is more awareness, and certainly there would be a lot more witnessing about determining the identities of the various participants. So, as ridiculous as this might seem, somebody is sitting out on the roadside using a portable chair, using a tote cart. There really is a lot of worthy information and a lot of years that of good effort. So anyway, I was reading through this to see what I might include. Last night the protesting against at least some of it against yesterday's reporting included a British sounding man varying the name Vatican in Rome to also being Vatican. I don't know what he means exactly by Vatican. Maybe a varying of something Jewish, I don't know. But I always hope that good Jewish people are safe also. So anyway, I don't know what to tell you, Actually, I'm partly talking to myself. I've been considering this stuff, wasting my battery with a computer on for about an hour and a half or more. You know, uh, there was some other mystery. Well, last night, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not wanting to bother anybody about it, but this is part of the reality. Is that after harassing for hours through the night, I sleep and then I get waken up after about an hour, maybe hour and a half, and right away they're starting to say the word Marines again. It isn't sensible. I think they're partly from insanity, and certainly they aren't the guys that are out there really working on behalf of the American people's safety. I don't talk against anyone who's really a good defense. They just start breaking into the air conditioning sound, whatever available, to start saying the same word again. And then when I get irritated, I say, you said that 1,000 times again tonight, whatever other kind of irritated words I say as a result, trying to sleep, they start saying torturing threats again. They say, the way you talk back against us, you better start getting scared, you know. And then this morning, as soon as I start walking again, they say, the Marines put these medals back on your chest, They're really ridiculous. I am respectful of persons that are really defense, but I haven't been in any military environment since 1977. Back then, I was a Navy technician. I've never even seen an M16 in person. I've never carried any weapons. You know, if I had been assigned to, I would have. But I'm just saying that they're really ridiculous. You know, when I get onto a bus, riders, people from other nations also, hear them breaking into the back of the bus, pointing, saying, "There's the Marines." You know, it's really irritating. You know, they were saying it back in 1995. You know, you know, it's just not. It isn't normal. You know, there's maybe today there's maybe been two or three of them again. Last night there was maybe two or three. You know what? They act like they're speaking for everyone, and they don't care how much damage they cause. You know, in '95, most of their thing was making a lot of noise in case there might be some nice ladies on the beach nearby. You know, is that they just really get angry about me still having any interest in regular ladies. So anyway, I couldn't think about what else to work on. You know, somebody says World War III threat in the traffic sound again this morning. I already mentioned that, you know, it's just been happening for so many years, you know. But I just want to emphasize also that day to day, when I'm out and about, is any time that most anybody I actually see, if they're commenting at all pertaining to this, the commenting is friendly, sensible. You know, people aren't around here. You know, there's isn't. I don't ever see anyone in person saying any third record. I don't ever see anybody in person saying any Hitler threats or anything. It's all from the abuse operation, all terribly sneaky. You know, and you know, I know. You know, even just talking about them makes you feel like maybe you're going to get branded as though you're crazy or something. You know, but their threats are real, and they're repetitive and through years, you know. And I just again, I know I've said this many times, but the recurrent theme of this is for peace and stability. You know, for the domestic tranquility. The traffic's only supposed to sound like traffic. Recently, I said in a video about an incident in a doctor's office when I heard traffic broadcasting disturbance happening for the first time on a TV news item. Well, and I also said there was one other place previous, and what the other place was the former stepfather's house near the end of 1990. The traffic broadcasting harassment was dubbed into Vietnam War documentary. But I remember that when I lived in Miami during the Vietnam War, always there wasn't any sound in traffic, always just regular traffic sound. So when they use old newsreels or whatever, putting that traffic noise and talking jet sound or whatever into file tapes or whatever, is they're liars. They're forcing people to get used to a condition that isn't supposed to be. There's supposed to be a restoration of sense and you know, just normal sounds. And I think that I'm hoping that this campaign is going to help to be restored. Thanks as always. I hope everyone's having a good day, and thanks for your consideration.